For more updates and videos, subscribe our channel and press the bell icon below.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम इय्याका नअबुदु व इय्याका नस्तईन Assalamu alaikum viewers. My today topic is economic system. What is economic system? An economic system is an organized way in which a country allocates resources and distributes goods and services across the whole nation. Economic system defines how and at what price goods and services are produced and distributed. Every economic system focuses on demand and supply. There are three factors that affect the supply of goods and services: land, labor, and capital. Three central economic questions: what will be produced and in what quantity? How it will be produced and using what combination of resources? Who will enjoy the goods and services produced? These three central economic questions need to be considered in the functioning of any economic system. As we know, what is economic problem? Economic problem is we have unlimited wants and limited resources in any economy, and this economic problem relates to any economic system in the world. Now I will explain the three central economic questions. Number one, what will be produced and in what quantities? Scarce resources within a society can produce an almost unlimited amount of outputs. There need to be some system that priorities certain outputs over others goods that are produced versus individuals' wants not being met. Second, how it will be produced and using what combination of resources. Each good produced will have the opportunity to be made using a different combination of resources, whether this is weighted or more towards capital versus labor, or more units of low skilled labor versus few units of high skilled labor. It decided by the economic system. Number three, who will enjoy the goods and services produced? Once a good is produced, a mechanism is necessary to decide upon how it will be distributed throughout the society. Only some individuals will be able to enjoy the benefits of goods, and it is the economic system that settles this. Types of economic systems. Number one, capitalism, also known as laissez-faire economy or free market economy. Number two, socialism, also known as planned economy. And number three, mixed economy. Comparison between capitalism and socialism. In capitalism, least intervention of state within economy, and in socialism, maximum intervention of state within economy. In capitalism, prices set by free forces of demand and supply, but in socialism, prices set by a central authority of or state. In market allocates resources in capitalism, but in socialism, resources allocated by state. In capitalism, freedom for private sector to increase investment. In socialism, lack of confidence in private sector. USA, UK are the example of the capitalism in the world, and Russia and China are examples of socialism. In capitalism, short-term planning is useful, and in socialism, long-term planning is useful. Now I will explain the comparison between capitalism and socialism. Number one, in capitalism, least intervention of state within economy. There is very limited intervention of government in capitalism because this is laissez-faire or free market economy. and market and price mechanism depend upon market forces. But in socialism, there is maximum intervention of state within the economy because this is a planned economy. That's why the Central Planning Commission control the economy itself. Second point, prices set by the free forces of demand and supply. In capitalism, prices will be set by the free forces of demand and supply according to the needs of the consumers and firms. While in the socialism, prices set by the central authority or state and consumer have to pay prices uh, settled by the socialism. But in capitalism, consumer have choice, have freedom to purchase, to pay the amount of any commodity. Third point is market allocates resources. Resources are allocated by market forces in the capitalism, but in the socialism, resources are allocated by the state. In socialism, government allocates its resources independently, and in capitalism, market allocates resources according to the conditions of the economy and the demand and supply factors. In capitalism, freedom from private sector to increase investment, but in the socialism, lack of confidence in private sector. Now I am explaining the features of market economic shortly. In market economies, reliance on the market and price mechanism to allocate resources, private ownership and control of factors of productions, land, labor and capital, self-interest and motive, profit motive economic decisions, wages and other factors payment set by market. These are the features of market economies or capitalism. And now I will discuss features of planned or socialist economies. In planned economies or socialism, the central planning body decides questions of what, how, and whom. Productive resources are state-owned, and the state decides how they should be used for the common good, and indeed decides what the common good is to be. Resources are allocated by decree through an administrative system. Factor prices are set by the central planning body. Now, third type of economic system is mixed economy. It's the combination of both command and free market economy. Economic decisions taken by public and private sector. Most common form of economic system throughout the world. Protects private sector sovereignty. State involves itself to set rules and regulations that run through the market. The market mechanism plays an important role throughout society, but economic decisions are taken by the mixture of public and private sectors. The state plays a key role in the operation of the economy. The state acts to maintain a framework of law within the commerce can operate and hopefully thrive the benefit of the society. The government regulates and controls commercial activity to prevent possible excesses that might occur in completely free market without any form of government influence. For example, a government might introduce legislation selling out. For example, minimum legal standards of treatment of employees, minimum wage, entitlement of holidays, maternity leaves, health and safety, rules on minimum acceptable standards of quality of goods sold, rules to protect investors. Almost all the countries in the global economy in the true sense of the definitions are mixed economies. However, countries fit into a spectrum with the theoretical economic system at each end. Every country will occupy a place on this spectrum depending on the degree of control the state exerts over the economy. Generally, there are three kinds of economic system, but there is last but not least economic system is Islamic economic system based on Holy Book, Quran Majid and teaching of last prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As you know, the total population of the world is about 7 billion and the Muslim population in the world is 1.8 billion, which is I think 24.2% of the world population. My next lecture is comprehensive lecture on Islamic economic system shortly. Thanks for watching my video. God bless you always. Fi Aman Allah.
For more updates and videos, subscribe our channel and press the bell icon below.